This is a story called The Little Monsters at Christmas, Chapter 40. The kids have a Christmas party and get incredibly drunk. The kids are all at Kicker's house playing computer games when Stampy says, hey guys, you know it's Christmas." "Yeah, what about it?" asks Stumpy. "Well, why don't we have our own Christmas party? My parents are going away tomorrow and they won't be back until the next day. We can have the party at my house and our parents don't need to know about it. I mean, after all, what they don't know won't hurt them." Everyone agreed and they told Kicker's parents that they were going ice skating. However, they went out and hung around the shops. When anyone came out with any alcohol and put it down, the kids took it and then quickly took it back to their secret hideout. On their way back to the shops, they called out at the skate park and other places to let everyone know that there was going to be a Christmas party at Stampy's the following night from 6:30 p.m. onwards. When they got back to the shops, they waited for people to come out with booze, and then when they put it down, they took it and hid. They did this for about an hour, and then 4 guys came out with trolleys overflowing with booze. As soon as they got to their cars and let go of their trolleys so they could open their car boots, the kids grabbed the trolleys full of booze. They put the rest of the booze in that they'd grabbed and then they ran as fast as they could to their hideout. After that, they decided to go to some different shops. Just as they got there, a man and a woman came out with trolleys full of booze. As soon as they turned their backs, the kids grabbed the booze out of the trolleys, put it in their trolleys and ran back to their hideout. They went back to the shops one more time and did the same thing again. Then they all went back to Stampy's house for a sleepover. The next day, Stampy's parents left home about 9 a.m. As soon as they were out of sight, the kids got to work, getting everything ready for the party. The first thing they did was make a Christmas cake. They used raw potatoes, raw onions, frozen chips, potato peel, onion peel, salt, vinegar, black pepper, white pepper, brown sauce, red sauce, sugar, yogurt, frozen peas and frozen chips for the ingredients. Then they put it in the oven to cook. However, after about half an hour, they heard a huge bang bang boom boom. When they went into the kitchen to see what the noise was, the cake had exploded all over the kitchen and they cracked out laughing. They picked up the pieces and then they made the icing. For the ingredients they used black pepper, white pepper, salt, vinegar, lager, whiskey, red wine, white wine and pink gin. Then they used it to stick the cake together. It was only 12 p.m, so the kids had some lunch and then hung around outside shops again. Just as they got there, a woman came out with a trolley and bags full of booze. She had a little girl sat in the trolley and she took her out to put her in the car. As she did so, the gang quickly ran up and took her trolley and bags that were full of booze and hid behind a lorry until she was gone. Then they took it all back to Stampy's house. Once they dropped it all off, they went back to the shops and waited for people to come out with bags and trolleys full of booze. As they did so, the kids went up sneakily and took it all. They took it to their hideout, got the rest of their booze and took it all to Stampy's house. Once they dropped everything off at Stampy's house, and then they went back to the shops. When they got there, they hid and waited for people to come out of the shops with booze. When they did, they took it and went back to Stampy's. When they got there it was 5 p.m, so they stayed there and got to work making the punch. For the ingredients they used pink gin, Baileys, red wine, white wine, raw onions, raw tomatoes, tinned tomatoes, whiskey, salt, vinegar and pepper. Then they made the sandwiches using raw eggs, raw sausages, Dolmia sauce, barbecue sauce, brown sauce and tomato sauce. Then the guests started to arrive and the party got going. After about an hour there was a knock on Stampy's door. He thought it was more guests, so he opened it. As he did so he saw the nosy neighbour at the door, and she said to him, "Can you turn the music down, please? You shouldn't be having a party while your parents are away. You were supposed to be staying at your friend's." "Oh, go away, you nosy old witch. This is my house and I'll do as I please," said Stampy, slamming the door in the woman's face. Everyone laughed and carried on partying. About half an hour later there was another knock at the door. When Stampy answered it, it was the nosy neighbour again and her husband. He just shut the door in their faces and turned the music up. Sometime later Stampy turned the music off and he shouted, "The police are coming! Quick everyone, hide!" The doors were already locked and bolted, so everyone just went quiet and hid. They heard one of the police officers say to the nosy neighbour, "There's no one there, so what's all the fuss about? There's kids in there. They're having a party. They're not even supposed to be there. The boy's parents are away, and he's supposed to be staying with a friend," said the nosy neighbour. "OK, if you say so. I'll knock again one more time," said the police officer. He knocked again, but of course no one answered. "There's no one there. Stop wasting my time and go home, please." The police officer went away and the nosy neighbour went home. The kids came out of hiding, turned the music up twice as loud, and went back to partying. About 2 hours later there was a knock on the door again. The kids knew that it was the nosy neighbour, so they just ignored her and turned the music up even louder. Sometime later Kika saw the police coming. She turned the music off and shouted, "Hide everyone, the police are coming." Everyone ran down to the cellar and hid until the police were gone again. As soon as they were gone, everyone came out of hiding and went back to partying again. The guests had gone home, so they ended the party and everyone except the gang went home. The gang cleaned up the house a bit, but then they decided to carry on drinking even though they were already incredibly drunk. They continued to drink until almost 3 o'clock in the morning, and then they went to bed. The next day they got up about 11:30 a.m. and got to work cleaning up the house. They put the rubbish out just in time for the bin men. By the time they'd finished, the house was spotless and there was no sign that there'd been a party there. However, a couple of hours later, Stampy's parents came home earlier than expected. "Did you have a party here last night, Stampy?" asked Stampy's dad. "Yeah, I did, Dad. We stayed up late playing computer games on my Xbox and PlayStation," answered Stampy. "Oh, you did you? How come the neighbours are all saying that you had a party?" said Stampy's dad. "I don't know, Dad, but it's not true," answered Stampy. "Are you sure, son? It's just I spoke to Stumpy's mum and she had no idea that you were supposed to be staying there," said Stampy's dad. "All right, Dad, we stayed here, but we didn't have a party. We played video games on my Xbox and PlayStation until about 3 a.m, said Stampy. "You're lying, son. I know you had a party because the neighbours told me, said Stampy's dad. She's just a nosy old witch, Dad, who needs to mind her own business, said Stampy. Now I know you're lying, son, because that's what you said to her last night, said Stampy's dad. I'm not lying, Dad, honest I'm not, said Stampy. Me and you are taking these lot home, and when we get back, you and me are going to have a little chat, said Stampy's dad. They took the rest of the gang home, and when they got home, Stampy's dad smacked him hard on his bum, grounded him and sent him to his room. The rest of the gang were also punished in the same way, but as soon as they went to their rooms they climbed out of their bedroom windows. They sneakily took their skateboards and made their way to the old skate park. When they got there they played for a couple of hours, but then it started raining, so they went to their hideout. They stayed there overnight and sneaked back in through their bedroom windows. However, Stampy's dad had gone into his room and discovered that he wasn't there. He rang the other parents to see if he was there, but of course he wasn't. The other parents went to check on their kids, but they weren't there either. As soon as they all climbed in through their bedroom windows, they were all punished again. Their dads nailed down their windows to stop them climbing out again, but as soon as they all went downstairs, the kids pulled the nails out. They all put something in their beds to make it look like they were in there, climbed out of their bedroom windows, met at the hideout and stayed there overnight again. The next morning they climbed back in through their bedroom windows, put their pyjamas on, messed up their hair and made it look like they'd just got up. Their parents didn't have a clue what they'd been up to. End of chapter 40. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Love yous. Bye.